Okay, Adriana, we're going to take a look at your swings from the hitting clinic. On the left is the very first day you were there and your first swing, and then on the right is after the last day of the hitting clinic. So we'll go through them and take a look and see how much we improved. So first we'll look at the one on the left. Again, this is the very first swing you had, okay? And we'll just kind of scroll through it right here. It's a little bit bigger than the other one. Let's look at it again. Okay, now let's go and take a look at a few things. So the first thing is we can see how far the bat is away from the back shoulder. So we worked on that. We want the bat nice and tight. We don't want our hands in the bat coming away from our shoulder too early like you did there. So we worked on that. The next thing is we worked on when we get to impact, we want our front leg to be straight, not bent. You can see here your first day, your front leg is still bent. And then we also worked on rotating our hips all the way. So instead of your back foot being flat like it is here, we want it to rotate so your knee faces the pitcher and your shoelaces are going to face the pitcher, and that's going to help your hips to rotate so everything's going to turn into the ball. Then we know we're using our whole body to turn into the ball. And let's see here. You come down to contact. Yeah, your arms are pretty straight at contact, and your follow through is down, and we'll see how we did there. And you can also see that you kind of stop rotating. When you stop rotating your shoulders right there, you can see your shoulders are right there. Then all you're using is just your hands and your arms to push the bat at the ball, and that leads to a weak swing. Ideally, we want to keep our shoulders rotating along with our hips and the rest of our body. So that's where you were the first day. So let's take a look and see how we looked here. So you can see now we got the bat starting against the back shoulder, and all right, your hands are still dropping a little bit. So you want to work on that. You don't want your hands to drop like they are right there. But you can see how nice and tight the bat is to your shoulder now. Much better. In that same spot, you can see how far away the bat is now. And now you can see how nice and tight to your shoulder is. So that's good. Let's see. Let's look at your front leg. Now your front leg is pretty straight right when you hit the ball, where from the first day it was bent. So really good job on that. And let's take a look at your rotation. Now your knee is facing the pitcher. You can rotate a little bit more, but much better. Your shoelaces are almost facing the pitcher, and your hips are definitely rotated in the ball more too. If we go back and look over here in the same spot, your back foot is facing that way, and your knee is still facing this way, and your belly button's kind of facing this way too. So now we're getting your whole lower body to rotate into the swing, which is much better. You can see your back arm is bent at impact. That looks much better than this straight arm, so good job on that. And you can also see the position of your shoulders. This is great. Here your shoulders stopped rotating right here, and now they rotated all the way through to there. So that's all that rotation leads to more power in the ball. So great job. Let's take a look at your follow through, and even your follow through is better. It's up a little higher. Ideally, we want your follow through, your arms to be like this, and then the bat's going to be pointed right at the pitcher, up a little higher. But much improvement. Now I'm going to pull up a professional softball player named Megan Wiggins. She plays on the Chicago Bandits. She's great. Well, one of my favorite players ever. And I'm going to show you what she looks like right at impact, just so you can kind of remember this, okay? She has a great swing. There's what she looks like right at impact. And then we'll get to you. So let's compare the two. You can see how her front leg is, and yours is pretty straight too. That's good. You can see how her back knee and her body rotated, so her shoelaces are facing the pitcher, and she's getting her hips into the swing, which you did as well. The difference you're going to see is how she kind of has this. Let me switch colors here. This hitter's box up here, and your back arm's good. But if I ever work with you again, we're going to want your front arm to be up like this, and that front elbow, we want that front elbow to rotate up. You can see how her front elbow rotates up. It doesn't turn over. And if we look at yours, you can see how your elbow kind of turns over. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, one other thing. Here's a drill you can do at home. We didn't do this drill at the clinic, but you could do it. I want you to take a soccer ball, and I want you to stick it right here, okay? And you're going to hold the soccer ball against your chest with your arm. And what that's going to do, you can see how her arm is bent there. You can almost fit a soccer ball in right there. You're straightening your arm too much. You see how really good hitters, they don't straighten their arm like that. They keep it bent all the way through to impact. So if you swing with a soccer ball, and that's going to force you to turn your body and also keep your front arm a little bent. So there's just a little tip for you. But all in all, much improvement on your swing. Really good job at the hitting clinic, and we'll see you around.